Everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So I do want to break down the behind the scenes look that we got yesterday. I apologize for not being able to actually do the video yesterday. I was going to, but I had to go see Minecraft yesterday actually, so that's why I didn't do the video yesterday. If you guys do want a review of Minecraft, let me know. And if there are a lot of people that say like they want a review of Minecraft, then definitely I will post a video on that. But yeah, so I'll get that video done. It's either going to come out later on today or tomorrow. I just thought that this news here was a little bit more important to talk about for The Walking Dead, just in terms of its future and all that. And yeah, things are getting very, very exciting here. And if this is the announcement by AMC, this is absolutely perfect. Like, they really do know how to make The Walking Dead very exciting, and it's always been that way. Like, they know how to make things very, like, super exciting, where they'll announce this for the future, and then it just feels like it's this big event happening. And yeah, if this is true here, and I really do believe so, then yeah, the next couple of years here for The Walking Dead are going to be very, very exciting here. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. There's a lot of stuff happening this month. There's a lot of promotion happening right now. So obviously, if you do want to get all my breakdowns of everything that's released for The Walking Dead Dead City, then definitely make sure to be a subscriber. But let's actually get into what I wanted to talk about. So I saw this here in a post from @TWU Filming on Twitter, which is a very, very credible account, obviously, in terms of like everything The Walking Dead. And there was a post this morning actually that said DC, well actually Dead City, is looking to resume filming in summer 2025. They will film 2 more seasons for the series, back to back. I believe this will be the end, but nothing official. Expect official news and confirmation at the Palais Live panel on 4/30, so obviously on April 30th. And so to me, this makes the most sense, because that's the one thing I've been saying the last couple of days. Like, you know, I think some people were worried that season 2 could be the final season, that maybe AMC wasn't gonna like, you know, do a last season or something like that. And so it would just kind of feel like, well, maybe The Walking Dead's ending early or what's happening here, right? And it just made no sense to me personally, because AMC doesn't really do that. Like, if there's a final season, they announce that there's going to be a final season so that there's a lot of excitement going into it. And I think that it does, you know, obviously help the ratings and everything. So, you know, to me, like, this is really exciting news, because it's not just that the 3rd season's coming out. There's going to be a 4th season most likely. And so to me, that's awesome, because, you know, having a show be 3 seasons is very off to me personally, because like, I don't know, I feel like a show should be like 4 seasons. And like The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, I think, you know, I don't know if it's going to be 4 seasons. We'll talk about that in a second, because I do feel like that show's probably going to go a bit longer. But it is really cool to think about, you know, the fact that if they are filming everything back to back this year, that season 3 is most likely coming out, you know, next year, I guess spring 2026, and then season 4 in spring 2027. So in 2 years from now, we'll be watching the very last episode here of, or last season of Dead City. And again, like I was saying, like having these spin-offs 4 seasons, it just really makes them look very successful overall, because you had The Walking Dead. It's 11 seasons, yes, very long, but it literally told the story of the comic, right? Like, it told the entire story arc from the comic. So perfect, right? You had Dead City 4 seasons. I think that's a really, honestly, perfect amount here. I think the story's going to be, honestly, like, I'm really excited about where season 2 is going to go now, in terms of where it's going to build for the 3rd season, which is going to be a lot of craziness happening, and then building for the final one where it's going to end everything here, right? Like, I'm actually so excited for this, because they can have a lot of characters coming back. And let's actually talk about that. So the fact that we know that this is going to be ending now, most likely after season 4, tells me that we could get a lot of returning characters. Like this is the show where you can actually have a lot of returning characters coming back, right? Like from The Walking Dead. So Aaron could come back, which would be really cool. Lydia, Rosita. Well, oops, sorry about that. Not Rosita, but you know what I mean, right? Like there's going to be a lot of returning characters, but especially Dwight and Sherry, because we know where they went. They went back to the sanctuary, right? They were going to try rebuild, or actually they did go back and rebuild, right? I think I'm forgetting that. They actually went back and tried to rebuild it, but it all fell apart, I'm pretty sure. So they're around the area though, definitely. And so I think that it makes a lot of sense that for season 3, we could actually see Dwight's return. Like, it's something that everybody wants. And the story is so focused on, like, the one thing that I like about The Walking Dead Dead City is, like, at the heart of the overall series is what happened during the Savior arc. Like, if you were a big fan of the Savior arc and like what happened between Maggie and Negan and Glenn and all of that, this is like the best series for that, because it's going to be 4 seasons really expanding on a lot of that, giving us a lot of cool flashback scenes and like bringing characters back. Like, we've seen Simon. I think we're going to see Lucille this season. Like, it makes so much sense to me that Dwight is most likely going to be back for season 3. And the fact that they're filming back to back this summer means that this summer we're going to likely hear a bunch of news about that, right? Like we're going to hear that, oh, Dwight's coming back, because I don't know how you keep that a secret. I really don't. Like, how would you keep that a secret if they're actually filming there and you have Austin Emilio there on set? Like, there's absolutely no way you can keep that a secret, right? So maybe it's a post-credit scene for season 2 that teases season 3, or maybe it's something that's announced at Comic-Con this year. But I think that we are going to get Dwight coming back. Like, I just don't see how they could just like not acknowledge that, right? Like, Dwight is around the area. There is such a crazy story there that has not been really fully explored yet, right? Like, Daryl told Dwight, like, if you ever come back here, you're done, basically, right? And so he never really went back to the area. And I think that if he actually came back and he went to see Negan, like, you know, obviously Sherry has a lot of like bad feelings towards him as well. So like the drama there would be so insane. Negan pretty much ruined their lives, right? And so just to see them like, and we saw their struggles so much on Fear the Walking Dead. They talked about the stuff that they went through. Like, honestly, it just makes so much sense. And like, I don't know where the story is going to be by the end of season 2 in terms of like, are Maggie and Negan on the same side? Like, where's Bruegel and all of that? Like, where are all the characters by the end of this season? But I think, you know, by the time we watch season 2, like all of it, we'll know more of where Dwight could fit in with everything, right? But it just makes perfect sense to me. It really does. Maybe Dwight is with one of the groups there, right? And if the season ends with Negan being like the leader of like Manhattan or whatever, right? Like, I could just totally see how like, yeah, Dwight's going to find out about that. Like, you know, people are going to find out. And there's been a lot of talk about like Rick Grimes and all of that. Like, could we potentially see something with Andrew Lincoln filming something this summer? Like, there's a lot of excitement going into this now. So, you know, personally for me, when you look back at the post, obviously, it's not confirmed. Like, none of this is actually official, right? But this is a very credible account, and I do really, like, I do trust this account a lot. There's obviously some information that the account has that, you know, like, I do trust this account overall. And so, I mean, obviously, it's not confirmed yet. Like, AMC would have to confirm that at, you know, the event happening at the end of the month here. But if this is actually true here, and they are going to be filming 2 more seasons back to back this summer, that is absolutely incredible, because I imagine each season will be like 8 episodes, right? Like, I'm hoping so. If it's 6 episodes each, that would be so frustrating. But they just went to 8 episodes. I don't see them going back to 6 because of all the complaints, right? So it's probably going to be like 8 episodes. And that means that we have Dead City for the next like 2 years, because I don't see them releasing Dead City at the end of the year, like season 3. I mean, that would make no sense because they're filming this summer, so it couldn't come out this year. It'll be out next spring, and then they're going to take a break for a bit, obviously, for Daryl Dixon season 4. And then, yeah, Dead City season 4 will most likely air in the spring of 2027. And then, obviously, after that, Daryl Dixon season 5, maybe. That's where it's kind of interesting, right? Because then you got to wonder, like, is The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon about to be done? Like, season 4 is filming this summer. So that would mean that this show is filming their very last season this summer. So are both shows filming their last seasons this summer? Like, to me, that doesn't make too much sense. I don't think that that's what's going to happen, because it really does feel like with that show that they're most likely going to keep going for a while. Because, I don't know, it's Norman Reedus and it's AMC. Like, I just feel like, you know, it would be so hard to picture that show ending after 4 seasons. And they've been talking about like where they can go after Spain. So I think that that show could get a season 5. Maybe that's the end. Maybe a season 6, right? But I think roughly around there is most likely going to be the end here for that show. And so I don't think season 4 will be the end. And even if it was, like, we're going to be going on this crazy like ride of a story here for the next 2 years. And that's what I really like about this, is that we finally have some idea, like, if this is true anyways, like, we have some idea as to where the story is going, because it does feel like, you know, we're not really going anywhere. Like, I've always talked about that. After The Ones Who Live, I've always wondered, like, well, obviously we know that they're going to reunite, but like, when? And so now that we know that Dead City is most likely going to be ending after season 4, that's likely coming out in 2027. We can start to see when all the reuniting with Rick and everything is most likely going to happen, right? It's going to be at some point after that. So most likely in 2028. So that's really exciting to me. And so I really do wonder, in terms of Gimple trying to do other spinoffs and work on like other shows and everything, like, the next couple of years here are going to be very exciting. Like, I'm not sure what's going to happen after 2027. Like, most likely reuniting with Rick and Michonne and all of that. We're going to have the whole Endgame series most likely in 2028 or something. But in terms of the next 2 years here, there's a lot of excitement. And yeah, I think this is honestly really great news. Like, this is so much better than just renewing it for season 3, than all of us wondering, like, okay, what's going on? Because I think for the most part, we all just want to know what is happening? Like, I don't care if there's 5 or 6 seasons of Dead City. I just want to know, like, is that going to be the end? And then are you planning something, right? Like, I think if they announced, like, Rick coming back in a new series, or there's an endgame thing happening in, like, 2030, just say, like, say they said, yeah, in 2030, it's going to be this big event. Then, like, yeah, it's 5 years away, but we have all these other shows. I'm excited because now we're going to build to that. It's going to be this really crazy journey, right? For the most part, everyone just wants a general idea as to where things are going, and not just like, okay, we're watching every season. Is it just going to keep going and going and going and going? And just like, and then, eventually they have to say something. Like, no, to me, this makes perfect sense. Like after, well, actually before season 2 even airs, they're saying that, season 4 is going to be the end here. I mean, to me, that's perfect. 4 seasons for Dead City. There's a lot of stuff now to talk about in terms of, where the story is going to end. Like, are Maggie and Negan going to survive the season? Is Rick going to show up at some point? Is Dwight going to show up? Like, there's so many possibilities now. Like, so many, because now that we know it's ending and not going to be going on for 8 or 10 seasons, like, we have a general idea now. And I think that everyone can kind of get excited about this stuff now. So, yeah, but I'm going to leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. And also, I will be streaming later on Twitch. I'm not sure what yet. I was streaming Minecraft the other day, so maybe I'll go back to doing that. But yeah, I will be streaming later on tonight, so hope to see you there. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.